The following is a presentation of WLCN 96.3 FM and WLCNonline.com. This live video stream is made possible in part by WLCN's live stream technology sponsor, Me Realty, located at 602 Keokuk Street in Lincoln, and online at merealty.com. Time for the 4 p.m. 411 here on WLCN 96.3 FM. My name is Loyd Kirby. I am the marketing manager here and your host for the next half hour as we spend the next 30 minutes talking to, as we do each Tuesday, or most Tuesdays rather, newsmakers, folks with something to, a story to share, and today is certainly no exception, and certainly a man with no shortage of stories to share, I'm sure. So I want to welcome Tim Searby. He is here on behalf of Lincoln Community Theater and will be our guest. So, Mr. Searby, thank you for joining us.
Thank you, Loyd. It's good to be with you. Thank you for letting us come and share the information that we want to get out there to get people to the shows.
Absolutely. Yeah. So we might as well get right on to it. Okay. Lincoln Community Theater has a production coming up, but it's not what you would call sort of a traditional Broadway musical type of production. This one involves the youth. So you want to tell us more about that?
That's right. This production it's titled Musicville. Great show. And what I'm excited about, a few years back, we found the company Beat by Beat, and this is teachers that write it, and so very gifted people, and so they write shows for kids. They are music teachers in the elementary level, and so they they put this group together so that they could write. They write the script, they write all of the music, and so it's all brand new stuff.
Oh, very
and
nice.
So it's really a wonderful organization. We're glad to be a part of them. They also make it very affordable so that we can do other things for the children that are in the shows. And we're really excited that we have another one. The first one that we did from them was called The Grunch. And that's been a few years ago. But now this year we're doing Musicville. And if you're okay with it, I'd love to read a little blurb about it. I didn't memorize that. So I'd like to read that to you.
Sure.
It says, Musicville takes you on an adventure with maiden melody and radical rhythm as they attempt to save their town from the sorcerer of silence. On their quest to the castle of composition, they pass through the desert of doo-wop, the ocean of opera, and the terrible terrain of tango, meeting musical friends and foes along the way. The journey teaches them about new kinds of music, overcoming obstacles, and the importance of working together.
All right.
So you can probably sense that this was a group of teachers that put this together, and it's amazing music. Carrie Wilmert is directing it for us, doing an excellent job, and the kids are just amazing. I can't wait for folks to come and see the production, to see what they're doing with it. We're staging it as a full stage production, but it'll be a little shorter than a normal Broadway style show. So we're actually using just a very short pre-show that it'll feature Grace Mathon doing The Sound of Music, and then 2 previews of Guys and Dolls, which is our second show of the season, which is the Broadway version of Guys and Dolls.
Have you ever seen that?
I think I was in that show.
Once or twice, probably.
I got to play Sky Masterson. Too old for that now, but it's a great show, and wonderful music. So I'm really hoping people can come to both of the shows.
And Lincoln Community Theater, I mean, it's been around since 72?
72.
And they've had a variety of types of productions. I don't know if they done, other than the Grunch, have they done children's theater per se?
We have in the past, and it was several years ago. We did things like we actually put together the one of the Dancing Princesses. We did that one year. We also have done The Lion, the Witch, and the Wardrobe. And Honk Jr. So we've done those in the past, and honestly, that is something when we got back together, we took that little hiatus. When we got back together, I was adamant that I wanted us to make sure that children's theater and those types of things for the kids to be available. My thinking was, if we're Lincoln Community Theater, we need to be offering things for young people to hone their skills.
Absolutely.
And we see it. We see them go into high school and the amazing talent that's there, and then they go on. Some of them go on and get college degrees, and then some are teaching. So it's just an exciting program to see that these young people can have this.
I know you had the community or the children's theater there. I know if go back a few more years, I remember playing drums for the Velveteen Rabbit.
Yes, that's right.
And I don't know if you noticed my wardrobe today.
I did.
From, the year
2000. And Annie.
I mean, it's not, obviously it has adult roles as well. But
but we look at all of the children we used in that. And that show actually brought about the Mixed Blessings. I don't know if you remember them from the girls cast of Annie. They became the Mixed Blessings, and they performed at fairs and all over the country. So and that's important to LCT. We want to be making sure that we have opportunities for children to be involved.
Because I were in a previous position where I did publicity at a performing arts center. A lot of the programming, the mindset was, well, our season ticket holders are more of the elderly, so we should program things for them, which was good in a sense. However, when those elderly folks are unable to show up anymore, the next generation needs to be interested as well. So we wanted to bring in some programming for the younger folks and try and find that sort of sweet spot in the middle that will maybe attract both of them. And sound again here with the theater programming, obviously things for adults, but those younger cast characters, as you said, they're going to grow up, they're going to get involved in things, and hopefully that's the next generation of LCT.
And we've got to keep that going.
Sure.
If we want to have the performers, we've got to do it. And I just think back to when I first moved back to Lincoln, and the first year that I was able to be in it, was amazing to me that a town the size of Lincoln had such a strong theater program. And I'm proud to say that it's still strong, and that people get a great time of theater when they're a part of Lincoln Community Theater.
Sure.
Yeah.
And speaking of being a part of the theater, if you aren't in the cast, you can certainly attend. So you mentioned Musicville. What are the dates and times?
The dates, let me pull it up here.
Sorry, that's
all right. So that I don't forget the actual dates and times. I want to pull that up for you. We're excited that we're at the Lincoln Community High School Auditorium,
right.
And it is just really, it's been great for us to be there, to have that as our home, and we're thrilled that we can say to people, this is what we have now as our home, because it got a little scary there when when we lost Lincoln College.
Yeah.
So we're very pleased that we can offer this kind of thing now to people.
Sure, absolutely.
So, Loyd, you may have to help me out there. My phone is not cooperating.
Oh, all right. Well, starts this Friday, June 27th, as well as Saturday the 28th, 7:30 curtain times on those shows. And then Sunday is a 2 p.m. matinee performance on June 29th. Let's see, ticket price is $16 for the general public and $11 for students, but there's the possibility of discounting that by $1.
$1, yes.
And
yes.
$1 per ticket, I'm guessing, to
yes.
15, so
right.
down to 15 and 10.
Right.
With the larger venue, the tickets are available at the box office.
You can get them right there at the box office. No need to, if you want to, you can go online and get them, but there's no need to. We have plenty of seats there in that auditorium, so it's not an issue.
All right. Once again, our guest is Tim Searby with Lincoln Community Theater. He'll be here until about 4:30. If you have questions, comments, maybe you've gone to see a show, maybe you've got a suggestion for a show, which I'm sure they would welcome suggestions, but sometimes with the rights and the royalties, there's a lot that goes into that. But 217-648-5510, the number to call, or you can also send us an email with your question if you don't want to be on the air, 4pm411 at WLCNonline.com. We'll go ahead and take our first break, and we'll be back in 2 minutes with more from Tim Searby about Lincoln Community Theater.
Hi, I'm Smokey Bear, and I made an assistant to help you out, because only you can prevent wildfires.
Hey, Assistant Smokey Bear, call me Papa Bear, because I'm grilling up dinner. Do you get it?
Yes, good job.
So, what should I do with all these coals?
Don't just toss them out. Put them in a metal container because those embers can start a wildfire.
I understand. The stakes are high.
Ha, 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 ha.
See, Smokey thinks I'm funny.
Whether you're buying or selling your home, the brokers of Me Realty will work with you to get the deal done. As one of Central Illinois' top producing offices for decades, Me Realty has the experience to guide you through the process. You want results? Call the brokers of Me Realty at 217-735-5424, stop by the office at 602 Keokuk Street in Lincoln, or check out local listings online at merealty.com.
on the 4 p.m. 411 here with Tim Searby of Lincoln Community Theater. Once again, mainly, or the sort of the impetus, I guess, for Mr. Searby being here was to tell us about Musicville and share some of the information. And you mentioned about how the Musicville show is written by a group of teachers who have done that. Not only is that important, as you said, about how the kids speak and the language and so forth, but you mentioned something I hadn't thought of as far as their singing ability and their vocal ranges, that these folks are kind of have a better feel for that kind of thing.
Exactly. They are music teachers in the elementary level, and so they know what the children's voices can do. And now, unless you've got a boys' choir of 100 boy sopranos, you're not probably always going to have that. But they are able to write music that these children can sing and feel good about, and they sound great. So it's really a wonderful program. We're glad to be part of that.
Yeah, it sounds interesting.
And Musicville is just full of life. I mean, great storyline. People will love it, and I don't care how old you are, you would love it if you come and see them up on that stage.
And as you were describing it, it sounds a little bit to me, and obviously a different plot, but sort of like a Wizard of Oz thing, where these folks are going on a journey and encounter these different
a little bit like that. Yeah, but you'll never pick up that it is. Their music is totally original.
Oh.
So it doesn't sound like any other show. It's their own music, and it's things that they know children can do.
Very cool.
That's great. Yeah,
that's awesome.
Yeah.
So it keeps it in their range rather than trying to have them hit
right, exactly,
way high or way low.
Exactly.
Notes. So, awesome.
Yeah.
And we mentioned Guys and Dolls coming up, a production with which you are intimately familiar.
Yes.
And so that one is coming up next month, correct?
And that's July 24th through 27th.
Okay.
And again, the evening performances are at 7:30, and the Sunday matinee, it'll be at 2 o'clock. Everything is at Lincoln Community Theater. They've done such a nice job of remodeling out there, and we are using the actual box office, so that's where you pick up your tickets.
Okay.
And we have, you do not have to pay cash. I mean, that's fine, but we do have the ability with the Square system for charge cards. And so, but again, I would tell people, if you don't want to go online and get that service charge, there's no problem with getting tickets at the door.
Okay.
Yeah.
And as you said, out at Lincoln Community High School, Musicville, however, I just noticed this when I was putting the cards together today, is Friday, Saturday, Sunday, whereas Guys and Dolls has one additional night.
Guys and Dolls has a Thursday night as well. When we put together these types of children's musicals, they are done in what we call workshop fashion. So they had a few Saturdays throughout after they were cast. Then this whole week they are working on the show diligently.
Right.
And yes, it's a full tech week where they're finalizing things, and so it's a long day for them. And so we decided that probably Friday, Saturday, and Sunday would be just about the right amount of time to do the shows.
Sure.
Yeah,
that's understandable.
Yeah.
So back in its heyday, Lincoln Community Theater, I think, maybe was up to 4 productions per summer at one point.
We did. We had at one point. That was only a couple of years. We did 3 musicals and a straight play, and that was a lot of work. And 2 of those years we were downtown at the old Lincoln Theater.
I remember that.
Yeah.
So I know Grease was in one of those runs.
Yes.
And
yes.
I can't remember the other one because I played the drums for Grease.
Did did you play in 2x2?
No, I was supposed to, but then had a grandparent pass away, so wound up getting subbed out for that one.
Yeah.
But anyway, so other than the main productions, what other types of offerings does LCT have for the community?
We are excited. We've had people asking, why don't you do a Christmas show? Well, we just can't do it right around Christmas. It just doesn't work. But so many people said, hey, we don't have LCC anymore. We can't go to Christmas in the chapel. We love taking our families there and our employees. So we're looking at that week, the day after Thanksgiving, and running that weekend, a special Christmas show.
Okay.
And so we're still working out the details, so I can't give you a whole lot more information about that. And then we also are still still planning to do our February Midwinter Night's Dream. It's a dessert event where we serve the desserts, and then also we have a nice big musical review. So,
and actually, that as far as a Christmas show goes, I believe the Christmas parade is right around that time, just after Thanksgiving, and kind of make a weekend of it in Lincoln.
And when people are home visiting, they might want to pick up one of the shows.
Sure.
You know, so we've got a great cast lined up, and I wish I could give you more stuff about it, but
Right.
I just can't because we don't want to get that out there until we've got it finalized.
Absolutely.
So,
Totally
but we hope
understandable.
people will want to come to that show.
Yeah,
too.
because the Christmas in the Chapel obviously was, definitely hundreds of people.
Oh yeah, thousands.
Yeah.
That chapel building, that auditorium holds 1,200 people, and they would sell out 6 nights in a row. And so it's just it's something we thought maybe that's something we can do for the community again. Bring something back.
Right.
Now, probably not to the extent of all. We don't have that equipment for all of that fancy lighting and things like that. But we can put together. We've got the talent to do a great show.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
So once again, our guest is Tim Searby with Lincoln Community Theater. He'll be here until 4:30. If you have questions or comments, 217-648-5510, the number to call, or you can email your questions, 4pm411 at WLCNonline.com. We'll go ahead and take our second break of the half hour, and we'll be back in 2 minutes with more from Tim Searby and Lincoln Community Theater.
Whether you're buying or selling your home, the brokers of Me Realty will work with you to get the deal done. As one of Central Illinois' top producing offices for decades, Me Realty has the experience to guide you through the process. You want results? Call the brokers of Me Realty at 217-735-5424, stop by the office at 602 Keokuk Street in Lincoln, or check out local listings online at merealty.com.
Culver's is a family restaurant. To me, that means being the place that puts a smile on everyone's face. We're famous for our cooked-to-order butter burgers and frozen custard made daily inside our restaurants. But we've always believed more menu options mean more ways to brighten your day. We source the finest chicken to bring you our tenders and chicken sandwiches. And our cheese curds. They're a Wisconsin tradition we're proud to share with you. So take the next meal shift off and let us take care of you. Welcome to Delicious.
Culver's, home of the Butterburger, 2530 Woodlawn Road in Lincoln. Full Gospel Evangelistic Center makes an impact locally and beyond through a wide range of events, ministries, and outreaches. Pastors Steve and Debbie Owens invite you to worship Sunday mornings at 10:30 and attend Wednesday night Bible studies at 6:30. Connect with FGEC online, follow them on Facebook, download their app, and visit their new website at myfgec.org with live YouTube video streams as well as recordings of services and special events. Full Gospel Evangelistic Center, 304 North McLean Street in Lincoln. And we are back on the 4PM 411 here on WLCN 96.3 FM. Our guest today is Tim Searby of Lincoln Community Theater. Been involved with that for a year or two, I guess.
I think I went on the board in 1979.
Okay. All right. So, a couple years there.
Just a little bit.
So, we've talked about the cast and the different folks who lend their talents to the stage. That all doesn't come together without someone sort of steering the ship, and I understand you've got a couple directors. You want to give them a shout out here for
certainly
the work they do.
Yeah, we're delighted that Carrie Wilmert is directing Musicville and doing a fantastic job with those kids, and she's surrounded herself with a good crew. So
nice.
It's going to be a great production. And then Guys and Dolls is directed by Derry Dalby. I don't know that everyone in the Lincoln area will know his name, but he was in Godspell. He was also the Cowardly Lion in our latest production of Wizard of Oz.
I see.
And then he was in last year's production of Midsummer Night's Dream.
Oh, okay.
So, and he's directed several shows before. So we're glad to have both of those directors with us this year.
Yeah.
And they've surrounded themselves with a great crew. And so we feel like we're going to have some great offerings this year.
Very
Yep.
nice.
Yep.
And I meant to ask you when we were talking about Musicville, is that a live orchestra?
It's a very small pit, piano, drums. But it doesn't call for a big orchestra. That's the way to write it, so that it's easier for the kids to be able to hear the parts and that type of thing. You can expand it if you want to. There's no problem with doing that, but we try to keep it to where it's very manageable. Yeah.
I don't know. Has it been 2 years now or so that LCT now has a permanent residence, so to speak?
Yeah, this would be, let's see, this 2 years.
Okay.
Yeah, and we're right on Broadway.
Yeah, exactly.
we love that, and so it gives us storage. It gives us storage not only for our sets, but it also gives us storage for costumes, for props. So the front of the building, it's the old Leith Plumbing building, and so the front building that's right on Broadway is where we have all of our costumes, our props, and then there's a large pole building behind that that is plenty big for us to build sets and also store sets. We can actually walk into our warehouse now and know this set of flats is this size. This is what we did with this wagon, so we can actually see. Before, we've had smaller buildings where we just push stuff in so we'd have a place to store it.
Right.
And
yeah.
it also saves us money because we're not constantly rebuilding sets. We have flats already, and it's just, I'm really excited about that we have that kind of space. And our guys that take care of our warehouse, Devin Vinoy and Jeff Prince, they've done such a remarkable job of having everything organized.
That's
and
great.
It just works out really well.
Yeah, because community theater, there's a lot of sort of borrowing and trying to find space for things, and without a permanent location. I mean, probably had set pieces at Lincoln College and some at LCC and /LCU and some at the high school.
And now we're able to share, so that when some production at the high school, if they need something and we have it, we want to share it with them. So we automatically say, yes, come and look, see if there's anything you can use.
Yeah, I think last time you were here, maybe you mentioned you shared some items with, was it Mount Pulaski was doing a production?
Yes, Mount Pulaski used several different pieces that we had, and so we're glad to do that.
Sure.
That's what it's all about.
Right.
It's
I mean,
Lincoln Community Theater.
Yeah, the community and community theater. So absolutely.
Yeah.
So we got just about 4 minutes left here. We'll recap our show times, but let me pick your brain a little bit here. You've been on stage, you've directed, which do you prefer? Do you prefer the performing aspect or the behind the scenes sort of thing?
I love the performing, but I'm getting to an age where I still love it, but I really enjoy directing. And I love helping people bring out stuff. I had a music teacher in college, David Hargrove, who brought stuff out of me that I had no idea I could do. And it was because he said, "You're going to do this." And I'd say, "I'm not sure I can." He said, "Oh, yes, you can." And so I love that part of helping bring those things out of the actors, and it's so I'm enjoying it. I mean, I kind of miss. I do a little performing still, but not as much. So
the name David Hargrove should be familiar to folks in Lincoln.
It
the
would
Hargrove
be.
Chapel.
Yes.
Of course.
Yes.
So,
yes.
You have a favorite role you've ever portrayed?
I've got two. I loved Michael in I Do, and I loved playing Father in Children of Eden.
Oh, okay.
Children of Eden is probably the toughest role I've ever done vocally, but I loved the show, and great story, and just wonderful. Stephen Schwartz music,
Is there another role to which you aspire that, like, I really wish I could do this, or really got the opportunity for this?
No, I don't think so. I think now I need to just say, okay, I'm going to help do this.
Okay. All right. Well, we'll certainly take your talents wherever you choose to share them.
Thank you. Thank you.
Speaking of sharing, why don't we go ahead and share the information once more about the upcoming production of Musicville, which, as we mentioned before, is a production that involves kids. It's not the traditional adult type musical, but this is a kids production,
Right.
Put on by Lincoln Community Theater, and you've got them on your phone there, so I'll let you do the honors this time.
So Musicville, and you would love it, is June 27th through 29th. The evening performances are at 7:30, and the afternoon performance on Sunday is at 2 o'clock. Guys and Dolls, June 24th through 27th, same thing. The night productions are 7:30, and then also the 2 o'clock matinee performance. They're all at the auditorium at Lincoln Community High School. And if you're worried about tickets, don't worry. We have plenty of space in that auditorium, so you can get the tickets at the box off there in the front lobby.
But, maybe there will come a day when, you'll draw such a crowd that you will have to get
We'd love it. We'd love it.
Set up, I don't know, some bleachers or maybe some online performance or something.
Yeah.
So, well, Mr. Searby, as usual, it has been a delight. So thank you for joining us, and we'll probably talk to you somewhere again down the road, I'm sure.
All right.
So, all right.
Thank you, Loyd. Appreciate it.
Absolutely.
Yep.
So that will do it for the 4 p.m. 411. Next week, our guest will be Tracy Welch, the mayor of Lincoln, as he is here each first Tuesday of the month. So we will talk with him. Also, be sure to tune in to Viewpoint tomorrow with Dara Entwistle. That begins at 8 a.m. And once again, for Tim Searby, I'm Loyd Kirby. Thank you for listening and watching. This live video stream is made possible in part by WLCN's live stream technology sponsor, Me Realty, located at 602 Keokuk Street in Lincoln, and online at merealty.com. The preceding program is a presentation of WLCN 96.3 FM and WLCNonline.com.